Hello everyone, my name is Runzi. Welcome back to another episode of Code Start, and today we have something very exciting and unique for you. Let's roll the clip. Welcome back everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the cinematics we did for the 2019 Toyota Corolla Hatchback SE. Now this is the mid trim level of the Toyota Corolla Hatchback, which means that it's a trim level that everyone can afford and everyone usually buy. And today we're taking a closer look at some of the key features and highlights that I really enjoy in this car. I mean, look at it. The design, the shape, the sportiness, everything, the accents, the grooves, it is absolutely amazing, gorgeous, stunning, all into one hatchback. And I mean, I cannot believe the Toyota even designed something like this. And this is the continuation of the Scion IM, which we all know that Scion has been discontinued since the 2018. Looking at the front, you'll notice this bi-beam headlight. Look at the shape of the headlight. It is absolutely unique, aggressive. And when I drove the car at nighttime, I removed the badge and I told my friends, what do you think this car is? And everyone thought this was a Cadillac, this is a Corvette, this is the S-Class even, with some of the people that told me. I mean, removing the badge in the daytime, I don't think you even know that this car is a Toyota. And moving to the center, you notice the piano black finish over here with the Toyota badge, pretty big, but there are some sensors and radars but underneath or behind the badge over here for the additional safety features that Toyota came up with for the 2019 Toyota Corolla Hatchback. And looking down below, you notice the black grille over here, very nice, very sexy. You know how I like the grills when it comes in black rather than silver or chrome or whatever. And finishing up the front bumper, you notice these grooves over here on the bottom for the added sportiness, aggressiveness of this vehicle. And this part right here is where the fog lights is for the next trim or the higher trim level of the Toyota Corolla Hatchback. Now moving along the side of the car, you notice these 16-inch aluminum alloy wheels with an optional 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels as well, and all slapped together with a brand new suspension with additional shock absorbers for that quieter, smoother ride on the Corolla Hatchback. And you're gonna see these aggressive lines on the door panels over here, and look at the curvature of the side skirts. I mean, look at it, look how it dips and grooves. I think it's amazing, the design of the Toyota Corolla Hatchback, and it sits just a little bit lower than the average hatchback on the market for the added sportiness of the Corolla. I mean, I think if I were to buy this vehicle, and I think I will probably buy this vehicle, I'm gonna add some spacers on the front and rear of the wheels to bring the wheels out a little bit so it flushes out very nicely. And I think that will definitely complete the overall aggressiveness of the Toyota Corolla Hatchback. And looking at the rear bumper, you notice again, more grooves, more sharper lines, more aggressive lines all around the entirety of the rear bumper. Now what's interesting about the rear bumper is that this door right here, or the hatch door, it's made entirely out of plastic. Plastic can mold into various shapes and various designs more easier than metal, and is a lot lighter for weight reduction as well. Finishing it off the aggressiveness with this spoiler right here, very nice, that completes the overall aggressiveness of this vehicle. And looking down below, you notice these two exhaust chrome finisher over here, but they're not actually functional for display purposes only. There is actually only one exhaust, and it's coming out right here behind this exhaust chrome finisher. So don't get that confused. It is exactly strictly for display purposes only. And looking at the rear cargo space, I mean, it's okay. It definitely can satisfy me as a day-to-day commute vehicle, or going out with a few friends, some few luggages. And if you want additional storage space, the seat do fold forward so you can have the additional rear cargo space. I mean, it's not as big as I imagined it, but if you want really big rear cargo space, I think SUVs should be your next option. Now let's talk about one of the most exciting features on the Toyota Corolla Hatchback, and that's what's underneath the hood. Very exciting, with some brand new technology as well. So what do we have here? We have a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine giving you 168 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque with a combined 7.5 liter per 100 kilometer fuel economy on the Corolla hatchback. Now, because this car is a lot lighter, you actually feel a lot quicker on just the 168 horsepower. Very, very quick, and definitely surprised me for the Toyota Corolla hatchback. Now, the Toyota Corolla hatchback do offer two types of transmission. You can get a 6-speed manual transmission in this car, but today we're looking at the CVT transmission, and very uniquely, the first gear in this transmission is actually automatic and then transition into the CVT transmission with a simulated 10-speed automatic transmission. So you actually feel like you're driving a 10-speed versus an actual CVT over here. And the 6-speed manual is very interesting because it comes with downshift rev match, which is kind of the reason why I bought my 370Z, because it had that feature, so you don't have to heel toe whenever you want to downshift. Pretty freaking cool for a Corolla hatchback, right? Now let's take a look at some of the features and highlights that I really enjoyed on the inside of the Toyota Corolla hatchback. Before I get in, guys, I just want to quickly mention the seats. They are cloth sport seats with white stitching all around the entirety of the seat. Very cool. And of course, you can get leather options on the seats on the higher trim level if you really want to, right? Looking at the interior of the Toyota Corolla hatchback, it is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, for 23 grand on the SE trim level, you get an 8-inch display screen on the center console. Look how big the screen is, guys, and the color and saturation on the screen is absolutely gorgeous and very good on the eyes as well. You have your home menu. It does come with a backup camera, but however, when you turn the wheel, the lines don't turn with the backup camera. But again, it's $23,000 for this Toyota Corolla hatchback. Now, this car does require you to use the OnTune 3.0 for the additional apps on the Toyota Corolla hatchback. Now, this technology was introduced first in the Toyota Camry. Now it has come to the Toyota Corolla hatchback. You have your sports, traffic, weather, stocks. I'm not going to use any of that in traffic. I'm going to be focused on driving. And the map, unfortunately, it's an additional app that you have to download for Scout plus GPS. Everything on the app uses your data, guys, and I think that everyone knows data in Canada is very expensive. There's just too many apps that you need to download to use the functionality of the center screen. And I think the GPS need to plug in with the USB for the map to show up. So unfortunately, we don't have a USB with us and we can't see what the map looks like with the Scout GPS. I kind of feel like, you know, what if I just don't feel like carrying a cable? And what if I just don't feel like downloading the app? And then what, I can't use these apps? I think Toyota should definitely offer a level or a trim level where these things can be accessed with the satellite. Looking down below, everything here, this panel and this panel over here is finished in a piano black finish, giving you the elegant and sophistication that I cannot believe this car that cost 23 grand, especially the panels over here. It's leather red, not real leather, but some of the other manufacturers like to leave it in plastic. I mean, you just can't get this amount of luxury for 23 grand in a hatchback. And this car does have an optional dual zone climate control with the higher trim. This one is a single climate control with these buttons over here, very elegant versus the previous models of the Corolla or the previous generation of Toyotas in general, right? Looking down below, you have your gear shift over here with the piano black finish on the panels over here as well. What's interesting about the parking brake on this car is that it is an electronic parking brake. However, as soon as you put your foot on the brake and you shift gear, it alleviates right away, so you don't have to click on it to know that whether the car is parked or not. And when you put your car in park, guys, do you hear that? It automatically activates the electronic parking brake, so you don't have to think twice whether or not the parking brake is on or not. I love it, I love it, I love it. Other manufacturer, you have to depress the electronic parking brake before you leave. It's just not automatic that it should be on most of the cars, right? And looking up ahead of the gear selection, you have your heated seats right in front of you. I think that's a weird position for the heated seats, but I mean, it does come with heated seats and I really like that. And looking up ahead, you have your leather wrapped steering wheel. Feels really nice onto your hands with some buttons on your left and right. But what's most important about the steering wheel are these paddle shifters behind it. to simulate the 10-speed automatic transmission, which we talked about earlier. Looking up ahead, you have your fuel range over here on your first screen. Next, you have your cruise control. Third, you have your trip information. Of course, last but not least, you have your safety technology on the Toyota Corolla Hatchback, to mitigate some damages in the event that you do come into an accident or help prevent it in general, right? And looking at my left-hand side, you have your power window, power lock. Overall, this technology in this car is very simple, but then again, you're paying a price point of $23,000 for this vehicle with everything included. However, what's not included, and you can't get this period on the Corolla Hatchback, is sunroof. I mean, no trim level offers a sunroof. If you really care about having a sunroof, then the Toyota Corolla Hatchback is not for you. I mean, I don't really care if this car has a sunroof or not, but the overall design, modern, and luxury feel to this vehicle is definitely well above the average hatchback on the market. I mean, this car on the rear seats is actually not as big as I thought. I mean, it does fit me quite comfortably, but it's not as spacious as I thought on the rear seating. Overall, this car definitely surprised me, especially for the styling. And I do encourage you guys to see it for yourself in person and really sit here and try out these paddle shifter and the transmission, or even the 6-speed manual transmission, and see how the downshift is for the Toyota Corolla Hatchback. I love it, and I actually think I might just buy one for myself. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the review we did for the 2019 Toyota Corolla Hatchback. What a shocker and a surprise. And before I end this, I want to give a quick thank you to Georgetown Toyota for giving us the car for the weekend. Thank you so much. We had a blast. My name is Ranzit, and I will see you on a brand new episode of Cold Start next Wednesday.